stage to keep possession.
Huge bid, gets the target.
Great opportunity for the Germans, and they break with ease.
Throw it the full 80 yards to the field. Are you kidding me? And an incredible catch. You are kidding me.
Oh my God!
One of the plays of the year.
Welcome back, Ultimate fans. Clayton Hallett here with Tyler Edwards for our last stream of the day here at the Canadian Ultimate Championships 2025 edition. This is the senior phase of the tournament. We just concluded juniors yesterday. Quebec City with the sweep Well, Eugene in both women's and open in the junior division taking the tournament, unseating the two-time reigning champs Dino in both divisions. So quite the swing there. Today, we're bringing you a matchup between Edmonton's very own AFC Rumble and the, I kind of want to say it's more of like a prairie team because it's kind of spread out, RUT from Saskatchewan, but they're mainly Regina, but they're pulling Saskatoon and other places that I think we might be able to tell you where they're all from, but they're pretty spread out. We'll get to that later. But Regina will be in white today and Edmonton in the blue. Tyler, how are you feeling about this matchup?
I think this is going to be good. I mean, I can't speak too much for the RUT side of things, but I'm an Edmontonian myself, so I've had the pleasure of playing with a lot of these AFC guys in league and seeing them around other tournaments. They got a deep line. They've got a lot of depth they can pull out. They've got the huck plays. They've got the short plays. I'm very interested to see how this one's going to turn out.
Well, RUT right away trying to make some easy passes between their handlers as a Rumble, comes down in a match defense. Wonder looking for options. He goes around to Chapisky. They'll play a little pitch and catch, trying to get their offense a chance to get organized downfield. They will flip the field. And a shot in our first point here. It airs out. Lots of early jumping. And it seems all players involved under jump. That was meant for Jaden Sue, but everybody jumping a little too early. The wind causing that to hang. So right away, Rumble will have a shot at a break. Well, that goes out of bounds.
Just the wind kind of caught an edge, and once it does that, there's not much you can do about it.
Hey, Tyler, fun fact, I was looking at the wrong list for RUT. So apologies to those players. I got to get my bearings here as we go. This is an operation that we work our best to put together. So my apologies to those players. Regardless, RUT with the disc, trying to get it outside of their end zone, swinging it around to Benson. Benson looking for options. He goes to Dacus. Dacus wanted a continue cut, but everybody was sort of static. So he'll have to look for a dump. Lots of coverage. And reading the way things are going is Brendan Lacey. So he gets the run through D. His Mac pushes it into the end zone. And now Rumble on the doorstep. And a clever and shot there by number 16, Cesar Montez Martinez, realizing all he has to do is walk it back to the goal line, and then the disc is in. So kind of a casual walk up, turn around, punch it in.
Very nonchalant, casual walk the end zone. I don't think Brendan moved. He kind of just hung out there for a little bit. Lacey, sorry, rather. Younger Lacey, one of two on the team. Just kind of hanging out, unguarded, and gets the point.
So that was a break. And that's the kind of start that Rumble wants to have. On our list, and maybe viewers might know and how they're registered, this is AFC Rumble.
Yes.
You might know this better than me, but I'm going to take the shot here.
How about
Alberta Flatball Club.
You got her.
And many teams affiliated in that wider organization. There's actually another team here with the AFC tag at the front, and that is Whiskey Jacks. We're primarily a Calgary crew, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it, yes. Yep. Yeah, so they've kind of tried to create this umbrella competitive organization in the province called AFC that has brought in Calgary and Edmonton squads.
Really neat thing to do to make it an umbrella organization and get some collaboration between the clubs. So, fortunately, another quick turnover. It seems that Sobzak blew a tire, fell down to break up that pass. Now AFC has to work it upwind. The wind is coming from the bottom left of your screen across to the top right. It is a diagonal, but this is the quote-unquote hard direction. Marvin Al seems to be working out the count here with RUT's Shane Pfeiffer. Also head coach of Victoria Dusks. Shane's all over the place. Ow. Swings that around to Hunter Schultz. Nichols looking for options. Goes up the line, but Matthew Stevens is able to come through and make the play. But his pass just a little too low for Rob Beam. AFC gets it back. Rumble, gets it back. Keogh will swing around to Au. Au up the middle, contested catch, but Uchuk reins it in. AFC will swing it back to the middle to Keogh. Pisky, like his options up line. That pass out in front of Nichols. He plays a little tic-tac-toe with his people, and it's number 1, Luke Nealon with the goal. Nice hat, Luke.
Great hat. Great hat.
Luke Nealon, I haven't followed, but I have seen as a playmaker every single tournament he's been at with Rumble.
Okay.
Yeah. Like when I see him play, he's a fast guy. He gets up quick.
Big guy.
I sure hope I'm thinking of the right guy here.
I mean, he's been with the club for quite some time. So
okay, I got it. Yeah. So
yes.
Luke Nealon, I was watching him play last year in Ottawa. The conditions got terrible near the last day, and he still had the Jets through the mud, got up high. Seemed to be a big receiver. That there's a lot of shooters on Rumble. When they get onto the field here, I might talk about them a little.
How about
yeah.
This is a team of shooters.
Yeah, we'll just wait though.
Yeah.
We'll just wait.
We won't spoil
a
anything.
team of shooters, but Nealon, just a deadly threat deep and had great timing there to get open. So expect to see a lot from him through this game. That's another break for Rumble. So the score now 2-0. Ryan Lacey. His IO backhand is a good one. Landing just in the end zone and has to be fielded on the ground by RUT, giving Rumble time to get down there. But RUT takes off to the races. Shane Markham just got moving right away, tries to put that up high, but it is caught by Jordan Lougheed, who was a points leader at Masters. Came down with quite a few. Dacus looking for options, and it looks like he might have been contacted by, I'm not sure which Rumble player, but it looks like the signal we got from Kabilka was foul, no contest. Benson. No real options. He'll have to dump it. Gazda sticks around in the back, but now he's going to need the same help. And he flubs it on his throw, tried to holster it, but just popped out of his hands. Oh, but kind of a telegraphed pass is broken up by RUT. That was Barber, and another turnover. Tyler, we've seen this on this field today. Teams are just getting it down in the end zone, and it's just execution error, usually influenced by the conditions over and over.
Yep, that's it. And you get a little close. You want to get the disc in there. You want to catch a point, but sometimes you just got to take a breather. Take a moment, swing it.
So take a breather?
Take a breather. Take a breather.
Yeah, everything's a little rushed. Lougheed noticed, and he got the run through there. So Gazda will pick up. That mark was a little touchy. So Gazda's fouled on the throw. No contest from Ryan Lacey. Gazda will call a timeout, need some organization. Gets the high five from Ryan Lacey, brother of, you were saying, Brendan Lacey.
Brendan Lacey.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yep. Good timeout, I would say, by RUT. You know, they need this point. They're down 2, need it. They got to collect themselves. They're in striking distance.
And specifically on the hard side of the field.
Yeah.
Right? Like this can get you back in the game, because if you get this point, then you're pulling downwind. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's like while Edmonton did score, moving the other direction earlier, it's not simple going in that direction. A lot more chances for a mistake. If you have multiple monitors at home or your computer can run 2 streams at once, on Field 2 today, we've got Furious George from Vancouver and General Strike from Winnipeg playing on our second stream. Strike just scored, and that's a great rematch from the 2023 semifinals where Strike actually took the W. So if you're interested, check it out. They have played together. They have played each other already, and Furious did win handedly, though. So it'll be something to keep an eye on. But we're going to get back to this game. And on a timeout call, after the offense is set, the defense is allotted 20 seconds to then set up their defense. So they're just getting into position now. Lacey on the mark. We've got a poach in the middle by his brother to try and stop any lane cutters. A little bit of a poachy defense here by Rumble.
Yep. Absolutely try to shut down that center option.
Keogh's pass up high. It floats. Montez Martinez is able to stick with it, and on the second effort on the double jump,
That's
single
it.
jump,
Single
whatever,
jump.
2 jumps, is able to break that up.
Gets to tap it away.
Oh, no, off the hands of Lacey. He's going to want that one back. I'm sure Brendan wouldn't have dropped that, right?
No. He would say no.
Jared Wonder looking for options. Low heat goes to the side. It's not there. Around to Barber. Wrong list. And RUT does get that, despite me constantly reading off the wrong list. I'll get it together, viewers. But RUT does get it up the hard side to finally get that goal.
To get the point.
That is their first hold. AFC's up 2 breaks, but like we said, that was such an important point to get.
Exactly. And it was a good dump, swing, score, as they say.
Yeah.
Dump it off the end zone line, back to a handler, across the field, to the side where the defenders aren't, score.
Probably, the tactical timeout. Right, you were saying
timeout.
this is a good timeout. Let's figure our stuff out here. Really needed to reel it in. Now seeing first time, we're seeing an offensive line by Rumble here, and I was talking about shooters earlier. You've got number 45 on the line, Dave Hochhalter, known to be a shooter.
Yes.
With him out there is Brad Dawson and his brother Tyler Hochhalter, and there was a Masters Nationals in Kelowna a few years ago where Hochhalter threw 40 assists.
40.
And all those goals, I'm not sure if they were evenly split, but the lion's share of them were split between his brother Tyler and Brad Dawson, who are both on the field right now. The conditions, though, going to make that a little bit more difficult. Tyler Hochhalter will swing it back to his brother Dave. Zone look from RUT here. Dave directing traffic. Over to his brother Tyler. The Hochhalters playing a little reset game with each other, letting their field get open through. Sean Fertoski sitting in the middle to help them out. A former Bunny Thugs player, best jerseys of all time. And that pass bounces off the hands of Jared Wonder. So RUT with a break chance now, and this is what they wanted, this downfield opportunity. Cody White centers that to Nicholas Carnegie. He pitches that to a reset. No one's there. He'll get it back as he's the only option. Goes back to Golden. Golden thinking about going up the line, but he's covered well. Foul on the throw. No, just foul on the catch. Pardon me. I believe there was a foul on the throw, but it looked like the thrower felt that was on his own, but some contact there, and White, that catch is going to stand with him as Keogh kind of went through him to make that play.
Yes, and it looks like the observer giving out a blue card.
Oh, on the contact.
On the contact for the Rumble player. So.
We can talk about what those mean in a little bit here. Carnegie. Gets that to the open side. Martel looking for options. Statham up the line to number 52, Solomon Golden. RUT with a break. That's their first. Now it's 2-2. RUT needs one more break to get on serve, but an excellent swing in the runs here of goals for RUT. They're back in the game.
100%.
It was interesting that, I felt that RUT offense it could be the win, but they seem a little bit more dialed in than the O-line we've seen so far on timing.
They made great choices. I would say, yeah. They moved it fast enough. It didn't look like Rumble was able to get in front of where the pass was happening, and the next pass was coming quickly.
Yes.
There was no hesitation. They knew exactly where they wanted to go. The timing was great. So, yeah, exactly what you said. Just with more words.
They might have been more articulate, though.
Potentially.
So, line of defensive players for RUT that we've seen out there before. I am moving the RUT list to the top of my clipboard. I'm going to get it right. Rob Beam out there in the bucket hat is going to be so upset with me. Their CUC goals, they've been top 10 and repeat, and they've been Spirit winners for third year in a row. So they want to make that top 10.
Yeah, Spirit Dynasty.
And once again, get the fourth run of Spirit winners again. Top 10 would be a great result for that team.
Yeah, it'd be nice to add maybe a semi game or two in there.
Hochhalter gets that over the top to Chapisky. He'll go back to Hochhalter on the swing. Lacey. Back to Hochhalter. As Kobilka underneath. Pitches that around to Lacey. It's low, though, and we saw Brendan Lacey immediately kind of put his hands up to his head. That pass to Nichols just too low, and he knew as soon as it came out of his hands.
Exactly. But great movement on the end zone line. They didn't stop to try and force it. They moved it, swung it around to give that kind of a chance for Nichols.
Beam in a tough corner, but gets the IO break right away. A great shot. But Nichols through the middle, read that for days.
Gets it back. We have a veteran at the helm here.
Hochhalter tries to just sneak it. He knows, too. He's like, that was not what I wanted. Kind of that IO backhand from the flick side. Hard to get enough snap in these conditions to get that off. Beam is wide open. He'll get it. He looks for the huck, thinks about it, loads up. He's going to go for it. It's going to be a sky ball. Number 18 for RUT with the bring down. Brad Sobczak dumps that right away. Now RUT on the doorstep. Josh Anderson looking for options. Finds Beam on the sideline, takes off. And I suspect a call. No, it seems that Anderson, you know what? I'll walk that back. Anderson was the right judgment there. That throw went on a different line. He no longer had position, and that contact was incidental. So I like that no call by Anderson. Good for him. Hochhalter has McDougall underneath. He'll get it back from McDougall. Flip that to Wonder. Hochhalter thinking about the shot. We'll try and air it out to this side of the field. RUT has a chance to catch up to it. Two players from RUT there to bring it down. And that was Golden with the D. Who dumps it back. RUT's able to work it up the middle to Sobczak, who had that great catch earlier. They'll go around to Pfeiffer. Stevens gets foot blocked by Nichols.
Two big Ds this point for Nichols.
Yeah, Nichols has really kept this alive for Rumble, doing a lot of work back there. Hochhalter goes up the line to Brendan Lacey. Lacey pops out of his hands. We're seeing a lot of apologies from players right now.
Yes, yeah. Hey, they're adults. Own it.
Pfeiffer fakes up line, is able to get it to Anderson. Stevens airs that out. It's in the double coverage, but Pfeiffer over everybody. Pfeiffer with the 2-on-1. Shane said to me before the game, Clay, we go back, I better get the halftime interview, and his team was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But after that, Tyler, someone better do something cool.
He earned his 5 minutes of fame, I think, there. And it almost looked like the Rumble player maybe saw the disc coming and maybe made a conscious decision not to go after it, to play it safely. It looked like he could have made a play, but chose not to there.
Yeah. So that puts us back on serve. RUT is up 3-2. Battle back against Rumble here. I mean, earlier we said they needed that 2-point swing to get back in the ball game, and then that break puts them right back at the start. And when we say on serve, we borrow things from every sport. Breaks, offsides, and so forth. But when we talk about on serve, in tennis, when you're serving, you're expected to win that game within a set. And when you break is when you win the set. When you win the game in a set when you're not serving, right? Mm-hmm. Well, in ultimate, you can break the mark. You can take a break on the sideline. You can get a break point, and a break point is when you score on defense. And if it goes the way that you've scored every O point, or it's if you started the game on O, you should be 1 point ahead of the other team if you're doing everything right technically, and the other team's doing everything right technically in offense. So we are on serve. So all the break points now don't really matter. It's just an expenditure of energy. Both teams learning something about each other. But we're essentially back to square one. Sorry. Do you want to say that in less words and more articulate? You've been doing a really good job of that.
I have to digest that myself here. I'm trying to think about it as you said it. But I think they got it. I think they got it. It's 3-2. It's
3-2. Yeah.
There we go.
Thanks, Tyler. So now what you want to see from RUT here is keeping it chill.
Absolutely.
With intensity. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. Be like, we're back. This is the best ever. And then kind of, peak early. You're back in the game 1 point at a time. Take it easy. And then when you get with looking ahead, but get really intense for the next point.
Yeah. Keep the pressure on. Make Rumble adjust.
That pole sails out of bounds. That's a beanbag. There it goes. Fun fact, the little orange pylons are not official observer equipment, that little beanbag.
Oh.
That's Sandra Hansen's mom sews those for the observers. So observer Sandra, her mom, Mrs. Hansen, sews those and gives them out to the observers. So they're so helpful for the game.
Nice.
Okay, Rumble trying to move the disc quickly for Toski and Lacey, and Montez Martinez just want to move this quick to get past this RUT zone. The RUT zone is doing a really good job of racing across the field to try and break up any middle. Can they do it here? They can. So, observers make the active lines. The observer has called it out, so it is a turnover. Even if the players contest it or disagree, it is active ins and outs by the observers. So it seems that Nichols, his first point of contact, was a foot out of bounds. Pfeiffer picks up, wants the reset right away. It's not there. Tries to go up the line, and Nichols once again with the signal. Not in my house.
Not in
Nichols
my
is
house.
The defensive hero for Rumble right now. Vertoski moves it to the middle. Cesar Montez Martinez pitches it out for Nichols with the double happiness. And White can't believe it. Nichols with the stylish spike, the jump, celebration with his teammate deserving. If it weren't for him, I think the score would be different right now. He has done so much to keep Rumble in this game.
I mean, he had the 2 Ds the last point, which I think Brian ended up scoring on, but he kind of gave Rumble more chances. And then the D to strike.
Yeah.
Right? No one expects that. Right? The mark to strike?
Well, you know what? He took his time. Like so many people that get a D and are so fired up, they just keep running and they're way too deep. They're gone.
It.
See you later. But this time, he's like, got the D. I'll do my little no way signal. Hands out to the side. Safe in baseball. And then just takes off. After the handlers do a little give go.
Done.
So the double happiness when you get the D and the goal. That's what that expression is from. So double happiness for him. You're happy when you get Ds. You're happy when you get goals. And so we're back on serve. It's a tie game, 3-3. Oh, yes. So, fun fact, those viewers that are commenting in the comment section about how to pronounce the Hochhalter name, I already told them Hochhalter is what he's been known by, but they, in Vancouver and Victoria, we've always said it one way and they say it's fine. And I'll do my best to keep up, but we fall into our own habits. I'm struggling this game, Tyler.
That's okay. You know, we were given their blessings to say it whatever way we wanted to. So,
Rumble gets the turn. This is where they want to be. So Ryan Lacey is going to put that around to a very chill Corey Kabilka, who can just stand there and make the play. So that is a big break point for AFC because they want to be in the driver's seat, and they were, and they let RUT back in. So now getting their break point to get back out ahead.
yeah, and that was a great find by Lacey. And I mean, with this win, I would say maybe a lower percentage option, but I mean, right on target. I don't think the receiver had to move.
Nope. No, that was easy. So, seeing some players that are good players but haven't seen much of the field yet, as we've kind of seen the main defensive contingent of Rumble out there. But happy to see Nealon back out there. Want to see big things from him this game. Tyler, the wind is kind of getting to a point where it's hard to hear much.
It's getting a little ripping right now. I mean, we had the game earlier that I did. It was very ripping. And hopefully these guys don't have to deal with that for this game.
Well, RUT back on the downwind. Kind of in this situation earlier where this is a must-win point if you want to keep this game close and from the momentum shifting. But they did battle back earlier. They're faced against the match defense with poaches from the handlers. You see the marks moving off the handlers to try and stop that upfield throw. Beam takes off. No handlers were looking for it. Now a few are going, but Golden doesn't take the shot. Moves it around to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer blows a tire, but gets back up. Didn't get the swing off, though. And a big layout bid by the Rumble defender. That's number 7, Sean Tam. Gets the high five from Josh Anderson, his check, recognizing the athletic play there.
Mm-hmm. I've had the unfortunate opportunity to play against Sean Tam, and he's very fast.
Winter Schultz will get it back to Newchuk. He wants something at the front of the stack. That airs out. Nealon, like I said, is big, tall, makes a lot of plays in the air, saves that for Rumble, moves that to Keogh. Hunter Schultz and him will play a little, or Newchuk and him will play a little pass. Travel called back in. And just sails over the head. You see everybody's combined shock and disappointment as all players kind of froze and said, oh man, just over the head of Jaden Sue.
He was so open, I think they might have just figured it was over, and then it didn't come down.
And that is what's happens in this sort of win. Everything's right there. That should be a gimme, and the conditions suddenly just pull a fast one on you.
That 8th defender strikes.
Huck goes right away to Beam. Nealon's in the area, and instead it's his teammate, Porter Boyley, who gets up early and also avoids trucking Nealon. Newchuk up the line to Tam, but that's blocked by Sobczak, who so far had a great game. Up the line, athletic bid by Matthew Stevens. Over to Golden. Doesn't like what he has underneath. He's going to throw the hammer deep to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer has to get the read on it, but it's too deep. It was a good hammer, but maybe a rough choice in these conditions.
Hammers are usually shied away from when it's a little bit windy. It was a very clean throw. I'll give him that.
It was a really clean throw. What's problematic is when you put it on the edge, now you have a flat face for a second facing the wind, and it just pushes it sideways. And when you have a crosswind, it's tough to keep the disc on the line you want. Blocked by Pfeiffer. Hand block on the high release by Keogh. So Beam will pick up for RUT. Looks for the ISO. And sneaky movements by, I believe that was Solomon Golden. It was with the goal. So RUT keeping it tied, but still down one break. The score 4-4.
That point was just a great battle.
It was a great battle.
Just a great battle back and forth. Both squads getting their chances. And that feels rough when you get hand blocked on the end zone line. I'm sure they're going to rewatch this footage later. Sorry, Justin, but it sucks.
RUT's looking pretty solid right now. I mean, they're against a contender who is, a pretty established club in Rumble in the Edmonton scene.
Exactly.
This is the first year that RUT made cuts. Yeah, their average age is down from 31 to 23. Don't know why they had to tell us that. Kind of mad I read it, but moving right along. But they want shock and awe. They've got new kit. They've made cuts. They're down to an average age of 23. They say their fan store is open. So if you want any sick RUT gear, they're wearing their whites because we made them for high contrast. But their greens also look solid.
So what you're saying is these guys are legit now.
They are legit now. And so far this half, certainly looking like a legit team.
Absolutely.
So Tyler Hochhalter elects to allow his brother to pick it up. It will come in at the sideline because the pole landed in and rolled out of bounds. Cody White on the mark. Dave finds his brother Tyler in the middle. They get it to Fartoski in the middle. He'll flip it to Redshaw. Redshaw looking for Hochhalter, flips it to Tyler. Dawson is gone. And goal.
Just kind of doing what
Rumble.
they do.
Yeah, and Brad Dawson doing what he does.
Yeah.
Pardon me, I had the privilege to coach David on the TC Open Masters team, and he would tell me about how Brad's 5-year plan was to become just a deadly cutter, and how he, for Rumble, was just always a dominant force that they could just count on to strike and get goals. And Dawson left a trail of fire behind him on that cut.
Absolutely.
So an easy score for the team in blue.
And those three gentlemen also participated in the Masters Canadian Championships.
That's right, I should mention. So Dave was on Open.
Yes.
Tyler and Brad were on the mixed team in Masters.
I mean the Canadian ones. Here just we had.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes,
just in Ottawa.
you're right.
Yeah, the three.
Yeah.
Of them. But also, yes, yeah. There's a lot of high.
Yeah, you can play in both divisions.
Yeah.
As long as there's no conflict of dates. But since there isn't in the Canadian Ultimates Championship Series, you can play seniors, you can play masters, you can play grandmasters.
Just can't play juniors.
Just can't play juniors. Score 5-4. And there was an offside call. So you saw everybody leave that alone. When there's a defensive offside, that means the players on defense crossed their goal line before the pull was in the air. The offense can let the disc hit the ground and then take it at the brick mark, which is that white X on the field. It's about 15 yards up from the end zone. So RUT elects to do this for better field position in their vertical set. Benson looking for options. Throws the around, but Bryn McDougald had a read on that the entire time. Montez Martinez picks up, flips it to Lacey. That's really low. Trying to make the catch is Kabilka, but the wind was kind of pushing that all the way down.
And he got really low for that throw.
He
It
did.
didn't quite get enough angle up.
Gazda looking for some cuts. He gets the break with the flick, flips it to Benson. Dacus to Benson. Barber to Gazda. RUT finding some connections here. Now doing a better job of making sure the throwers have lots of options to throw to on either the dump or underneath. Elevating is Lee Barber. Keeps that throw alive. Markham. Over to Benson. It's too high. Rumble making the D. Lacey puts that out, and it's just a picture-perfect shot
Just a beautiful touch on
to
that.
Jared Wonder. And I don't know if you saw Bryn McDougall make the photographic symbol.
Did he?
He's just taking a shot of this beautiful image of that catch coming in. So that is a break for Rumble, bringing our score now to 6-4. So Rumble took that earlier timeout after they gave up the 2-point and 2-break lead, I should say, and now they've gotten it back. Sorry, go ahead.
That play was just so reminiscent of the drills that everyone throws at practice, right? We just flip to the handler for someone cutting downfield and they throw it. That's
then
just
with momentum.
yeah. That's just those guys have done that 1,000 times.
You see in the pink sweater there, that's Danny Proby. Coaching, you might know her from such Team Canada teams as it's too long to list now. But I know Danny going back. I remember her playing at her first Pumpkin Bowl where she, just hit the ground a lot and did the best she could. And now I feel like an underachiever watching her with all the amazing things she does with Ultimate, her coaching business, her coaching with Ultimate Canada, and leading our teams to success. But out there coaching Rumble today as they'll put the pull up, lands deep in the end zone. Gazda picks up and moves it to Dacus. Off the fingertips of Andrew Benson, and it sails out of bounds. Montez Martinez will pick up. 10 yards outside of the end zone. Lacey tries to make a move. Fortoski's still going, but there's a travel call. Sean Fortoski, I got practice covering him 15 years ago, and it just sucks. He is very, very quick. And he uses it to go up the line, plays a little pitch and catch with Montez Martinez, but they're not quite in. They'll still stick with the ISO together. Bertosky doesn't want the pass to nowhere, but there's some sort of infraction on the other side of the field. Foul, no contest between Lacey and White. So the count will be coming in at 1. Foul, no contest, and I believe it was a foul by the defense. So if that happens on the thrower or a defensive foul against an offensive cutter, the stall count resets. Bertosky looks to Montez Martinez right away. They're trying to work it back to the middle. No, they're not. They're just going to ISO together. Fun to watch, but no real gain, and eventually those quick passes, the law of math there, causing a turnover.
That's it.
Over to Gazda. He has Lougheed. Lougheed has a wide open receiver in Benson, but it pops off his hands. Or was that
It was a drop. It was a drop.
It was a drop. Thank you. So Ryan Lacey will pick up. Nichols downfield, looking to be an option. Instead, Lacey will pitch that all the way around. The wind catches it. And Bryn McDougall has the best read out of everyone and will flip that to Nichols. Montez Martinez. Over to Ryan Lacey. And they'll play a little pass together. Lacey up the line. All the way over to Tam. Tam looking for the swing to Nichols, but it's not quite there. Montez Martinez thought about the bit. You could see him load up, but I think he realized it's out of bounds. It's too late.
Just too far to reach from there.
So Gazda will jog over to pick up. RUT setting up in a vertical. This is a very tight vertical. We'll see if they spread out because we already see Rumble kind of working out their best field position to help D here. And they do with their switches. White getting low to keep that alive. Pfeiffer and Lougheed are available under, off of Lougheed's hands, brought down by Redshaw. Fertoski now with the inside break to Lacey and then to Tam. And another break for Rumble, bringing the score to 7-4.
The wind playing a big factor in the RUT offense, that line. Having a couple of their possession ends with the wind kind of picking the disc up and having it float out of the way and them kind of losing possession that way. And Rebel doing a good job converting, keeping control, with Ryan getting bailed out a little bit there on one of his loftier throws.
Yeah, but Rumble seemed to be just having the better luck or the better presence of mind here on everything that's getting popped up, right? They keep winning the 50-50s.
They have been, yeah.
Well, half will be taken at 8, no matter what. So our halftime, if Rumble scores one more point, it will be halftime. Or if RUT goes on a 4-point run here, it'll be half. So whatever happens first, 4 points for RUT or 1 point for Rumble.
And we've already seen RUT make a run.
Yes. You can't count them out.
Yep.
You know, I mean, Rumble did take the time out to seemingly get reorganized, but, you know, RUT has shown some real tenacity. I mean, they do identify themselves as grinders, and they want to grow, and they're showing that they have that in them this game. That huck is just too short for that is one of my favorite players this game. That was Sobczak, who has just been everywhere and had a great game so far, but just a little too far for him. So Rumble now has a chance to take half. They have the inside break to Ao. They'll keep it on this side with a flip up to Keogh. Keogh looking for Ao up the line. It's not there. But Keogh will get it back. He airs that out to Ao after some support from his teammates. Nealon flips that to the middle. Ao all the way around to Boyle, who gave that support earlier. His pass up too high. And who else but Luke Nealon coming down with those lofty passes. And you see players going over there giving hugs to Boyle and Nealon, knowing, hey, you guys kind of saved that point for us.
That's it. Yeah. What I want to see Luke do is pull one of those, you know, like those sheriffs from the country western movies where they spin the revolver and they put it in. I want to see Luke do one of those like spin moves with that cowboy hat he's got on there.
Yeah, really. I mean, would deserve the showmanship with the way he's been playing this game. So that's halftime 8-4 for Rumble. The crew from Edmonton up against the crew from Regina. We're going to roll some ads for you while, in the meantime, we go down and fetch 2 players to do some quick halftime interviews. So if you want to listen into that, stay tuned. Otherwise, we'll be back with second half action in about 7 minutes.
I love working with the team towards a common goal.
For the camaraderie.
Camaraderie and playing with my teammates.
I play for my team.
Teamwork and the connections that I can build on and off field.
For the community and the exercise.
Because of the community and the competition.
I like playing Ultimate Frisbee for the competition.
I play for the competition and the fun.
For fun.
Because fun.
I love getting to work hard.
You get out of it what you put into it.
Leave everything out here.
Every time I step on the field, I want to be a better player.
You know, give something people to talk about.
Be happy but never satisfied. To step away from real life and focus on Frisbee.
I play because I love Ultimate.
Find your drive.
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 All right, I'm with Grayson Grayson Dacus. Grayson, how are you feeling about this game right now?
I mean, it's like every Frisbee game, a lot of ups and downs. We've had some good moments of getting breaks, and our O-line was rolling, and then we kind of fell into a bit of a rut in that last little bit. Hey, that's our team name. But yeah, it's looking good. I'm excited to get back out of half.
Your team is identified yourselves as grinders and hard workers, and wanted to pick it up. You guys have been the spirit winners and everything. Are you feeling like the vibes there with your team right now? Are you guys doing what you came here to do?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you've been watching, even our O-line is out there getting layout Ds. So I think that's just kind of what RUT's about, and just really giving your everything every point.
Anything else you want to see from your team right now in this game or tournament?
Oh, we're just gonna roll, and we're gonna come out hard, and that's all. We're just gonna come play hard. Yeah.
Very simple. Well, thanks, man.
Okay, thank you very
Appreciate
much.
the interview. Good luck down there. And kind of turbocharged halftime interview time. Now I'm here with Nichols, and sorry, Alex, I forgot your first name. Alex, we've identified you in this first half as the defensive hero for Rumble. How are you feeling about that title?
I like the title. It's not a great title to have when you're on O-line and getting turnovers, but to get the disc back is great, especially when you make a mistake. I had one, I jumped it out, but was able to get the hand block right back. So it's good, and our motto is to build pressure, and so I think in this first half we've been building a lot of pressure and hope to continue that in the second half. Yeah, and it seemed that you guys came out in control. RUT battled back, and then you called a timeout, and since that timeout you've been firmly in the driver's seat as a team. Can I ask what was talked about, or is that trade secrets, or what was the meeting about? I can try and talk about it. Is we love playing RUT, and we know that they're coming out here and they've been looking forward to this game all day, and so we've both had some tough matchups so far today. They came out bringing the heat, and we just weren't ready for it. So that timeout, we just need to calm down a little bit. We need to calm down. We need to recognize that it's windy out here. I'm not sure how much the camera can pick up, but
we are firmly aware, and we've been letting the viewers know about how ridiculous it is. You're from here. Can you do anything about this?
I'm trying my best. Last week was great for you viewers not from Edmonton, but every Nationals in Edmonton has got to have a little bit of wind just to spice it up. So I'll order some good weather tomorrow.
Yeah, it does add a lot of entertainment for our viewers on the stream. Anything else you want to say? Any shout-outs? Anyone you want to say hi to? Anything you want to say about your team that you think is important that we haven't covered?
Just a shout-out to all of the Edmonton Ultimate players in the community who've been out here volunteering all week. All the juniors who've been volunteering, scorekeeping. It takes a lot to get a production like this going, and so shout-out everyone from Edmonton. So,
okay, well, thanks so much, Alex.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Second half.
Thank you.
Well, we're back with this second half action in this RUT Rumble battle. You heard it from Alex Nichols there that Rumble was excited to play RUT. They know them. They weren't totally prepared for RUT's energy and aggression at the beginning of the game, but they did put themselves back in the driver's seat. But Edmonton leading 8-4 as Edmonton's O-line begins working against this Zone D. Lots of communication to see where the holes are for Edmonton right now, and a great D by Colby White with the big layout D through. Stevens will pick up. Looks for White deep. It's not there. A little miscommunication between him and his reset number 95, Nicholas Carnegie, but Carnegie makes the play. 95, that's a great number. RUT moves it up. Martell looking for options. And in turn, Porter Boyle says, you got that layout block on me, White? Here's one right back. Hochhalter will shoot that deep to Greenway. And Rumble just capitalizing on that big huck and redemption bid from Boyle there.
Absolutely getting the... Is it Boyle or Greenway there?
Oh, was it? I'm sorry.
I'm not going to remember. Anyway, great play there. Great D, way to read the defense. And then the usual shooter shoots.
Yeah, yep. Dave Hochhalter with the big hucks. Makes that in motion an easier throw to make when you've got a little momentum.
Exactly.
So the score now 9-4 for AFC's Rumble. And don't forget, viewers, we do have 2 streams running at this edition of Nationals right now. Furious George and General Strike in a battle. I can't see the score, but you can find out looking at the score reporter. Don't forget that there is a way to track scores, goals, and assists on the tournament website. If you hit the live results button on the tournament website, that's where you can find those things, see who's leading points in the tournament. You do have to often wait for those things at the conclusions of games, though. So just a heads up about that. Rumble's pull. It's a great one. Will be fielded by Gazda. He flips that up. Forwards, Dacus got it back to him, and now RUT using more personnel to move that through this zone from Rumble. Dacus and Gazda were playing some pass for the majority of that point, but bounces off the hands of Gazda. The around pass to Al, too low. Luke Nealon making a bid for it, keeps it up. Luke Nealon doing Nealon things. Did he catch that throw on his knees?
Oh yeah, there was knees.
So Luke, knee
land.
Rumble needing the reset. They find it to number 42, Cole Newchuk. He's looking for some options, and it seems no one picked up Justin Keogh, who just saunters in front for the goal. Rumble now up 6 points, 10-4 with their first break of the half.
That's a great pull to get that point started off. It hovered long enough for the defense to get down. By the time the offense picked it up, they were staring at a wall.
Yeah. And these zones, it's interesting in these conditions with teams going for the percentage in the math. We've talked about it a lot. I feel it's been a lot more common now for teams to elect to go and play a zone which you play the stats of more lateral movement rather than a lot of aggression overcrowding and forcing a pressure block, right? We're seeing a lot more of the weighted out in these conditions. But I must say, just in my experience, the amount of teams with that knowledge and that strategy has definitely increased. So, new tactics developing. So, Rumble pulling away. RUT does have that tenacity.
They have the grinders, as they said.
But they just seem to be making too many mistakes that Rumble can capitalize on.
And Rumble's doing a good job converting. Whenever they get that turnover, it's usually a point.
Well, Pfeiffer signals that pull will go out of bounds, and it does. So he will bring that up to the brick. X marks the spot. Seeing some hustle from Pfeiffer out there right now. Right?
He's very eager to get to that X.
Yeah, he's just really hustling. Lots of energy. Tapped in, but conserving the energy for the inside break, and then he takes off, and he's wide open in the middle. So Pfeiffer looking to control in the middle right now. He'll put that out over top of Lacey, not quite, but then fielded by Anderson. Just popped into his head, and Anderson pulls away with the goal. So at last, one of these tricky, funny ones going the way of RUT, as most of these weird max occurrences, skyballs, double jumps, have all been rumble. So one finally goes away for RUT to score 10-5.
That's it. And that one could have easily been avoided if you just catch your D.
Yeah, that's true. You know Lacey better than I do, so you can kind of throw that dig in there.
Oh, he knows.
He knows.
He smiled. He smiled when he saw it.
Yeah.
The sideline was smiling.
The sideline was smiling. The catcher D's expression usually follows with a few serious words of encouragement when that happens. But if you play Ultimate, if you know, you know.
You know, you know.
So the Rumble O-line will get back out there. They have just been so efficient this game. They had some hang-ups at the beginning of the game, but they've really worked it out since then. You know, they're working downwind now, so I expect that they should be pretty comfortable with this. We actually haven't seen them going in this direction very much.
The offensive line, yeah.
Yeah. Interestingly, even though it's supposed to be easier to score on our right side, RUT has actually had more success scoring in the other direction. The direction they're going right now. But they must generate the turnover first. So that will be picked up by Tyler Hochhalter. Sets up an immediate ISO play with his brother Dave. Dave with a little juke. Nichols goes deep, but it seems RUT is very sloughy right now, trying to get players in positions to clog the lanes. Bounces off the hands of Jared Wonder. So Solomon Golden will jog over to pick up. Carnegie. Over to Golden. Moves it over to Colby White, who's made some great bits this game. Generated a few turns. Golden looking for options. Has a lot. Takes his time. He'll get that right back from his cutter in good field position and pitch that out in front of number 4, Riley Martell. But Sean Fertowski turns on the Jets. Some good speed from Sean. I'm not sure how old he is, but if I was playing against him 15 years ago, I mean, that's some good athleticism there for one of the veterans. Fortowski in the middle. Moves that up to Kabelka. Little back and forth. Eventually makes it to Hochhalter. David, the shooter, likes to go with a pop over the top to Nichols. He puts that out to Tyler Hochhalter, who's wide open in the deep, and that's a hold for Rumble. The score, 11-5.
I mean, just fundamental ultimate there.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. It doesn't always have to be flashy. Move the disc around, move it faster than the defenders can get there, score your point.
Yeah, you know, run.
Just run around, throw some plastic.
But timing. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. You always meet new players coming into the sport. Maybe they've been recruited, maybe they've generated interest in Ultimate. And once in a while, you get track stars who say, you know, I'm a pretty good, like, 100-meter sprinter, 50-meter. Well, why don't I take up Ultimate? And then you meet these people against on the field, and you've been playing Ultimate a long time. It's their first year, and they are just cooking you when they get full speed, but they never seem to get the disc. And it's because they don't know when to use it. And it really shows in some veterans, finding that sweet spot of timing that you can run, and you might not be the fastest runner, but if you got a great read on the disc, you've got great timing, you are just always going to catch the defender on that back step.
Oh, the number of times I've been roasted by people 10 years older than me, just because they know what they're doing.
You hear that, everybody? There's hope.
Yeah.
And you will see that hope materialize in Victoria in 2 weeks for the Grand Masters Nationals of the Canadian Ultimate Championship, which will be streamed in some facet. RUT facing off against a match defense from Rumble, but Rumble poaching off their checks a little bit, looking for ways to switch or clog the lanes. Some poaches, but RUT finding a lot of space in the middle. Gazda needs a reset. Instead, he finds something through the middle to Barber. Gazda gets it back on the sideline. Gazda been the man for RUT to deal with the hardest side of the field almost all game. Gets to Benson. Then to Dacus. A hole in the middle to Barber. Hearing an honest D-call here from Rumble where they all find a man to stop poaching. Gazda now 15 yards outside of the end zone. Dacus' throw is popped up. He can touch it after someone else doesn't. It just pops out of the 10. He knew, he waited. Dacus was like, oh, I'll have a second effort on this, but unfortunately he just flubs it. Almost made the save. Ow. Doesn't like his options. Tells everyone to get out, to get organized. Keo has Sue. Sue wants some cuts, doesn't see it, so he's looking for a reset. Oh, and has Ow almost gotten back by Dacus, but instead the disc is now with Nealon. Nealon looking for options. We'll go for the break up line. The disc is popped up. And it's number 21 from RUT, Matt Yarton, who makes the play. And it looks like we may have an injury call. Sean Tam taking a seat. He's got his wits about him, but just got bonked. So he just needs a minute. And his teammates are going to help him off the field. So we'll just wait for them to do that. And he had a few players that were on to help him off the field, so he'll get some attention from his sideline team. Luckily, he's not seeming too hurt, just needs to get checked out and take a rest. Meanwhile, Team Blue over there making sure they got all their subs and players in the right place. RUT taps the disc in. Benson with the disc, walks it up to the goal line. Gazda. The middle of the field. Usually he's stuck with the hard sideline work, but the disc will move around to Benson. Benson's going to put that out for Barber. Barber tries to take it high, kind of had to, as Sue had position on him, and maybe he could have waited, but Sue was right there, so he decided to attack early and a little too high. Nichols now looking for an option under. He finds Newchuck. Back to Nichols. Back to Newchuck. Back to Nichols. But RUT saw that coming all the way, and Shane Markham makes the safe and important defensive play. Benson tries to fake the over top. People buy it. And Markham will put that up, but Nichols is able to intercept that pass to Pfeiffer. Sue looking to Nichols. Nichols goes all the way around to Au. Oh, and just bounces off the hands. Boyley, who had a little bit of expressed frustration, he wants that one back. Gazda's throw, he's going to air that out to Dacus, who is in. Keeps that foot down. Flips that to Barber in the middle. Barber with a few fakes. A lot of traffic in front. Everybody is cutting, so Barber will go to the reset to Gazda. Gazda can't quite get his feet in, but a push pass to Barber. But Sue is saying, I was pushed. The old swim move.
Gain a little extra yardage there.
Yeah. Excuse me. Pardon
Yeah,
me.
sorry.
I'm going this way. Barber can't believe it.
It's a long point. He did a lot of running.
It's a lot of
I
running.
think he just wants this one to be done right now.
Well, so the foul's explained. If I'm Barber, I'm going to the observer. Because the disc will either go back to Gazda or it'll stay with me. My team has possession. I might get a goal.
Yep.
Nope. Return to Gazda. I don't think we got an observer ruling. It was just they elected to contest. Some have said that if you're on O and you go to the observer and you're wrong, have complained, maybe it should be a turnover because either way you retain possession.
Oh, hockey rules.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's in. Dacus with the goal. No swim move that time.
If you believe in disc gods, they corrected things there.
They corrected things. No deceptions or lies were had.
None. That was a grind.
It was a
We
grind.
see some grind out of that RUT crew.
So we'll score 11-6. Rumble O-line making their way down. RUT showing that they will not go away.
Not quite sure.
They seem in high spirits. You know, I think they're really happy with their performance right now, honestly.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's not like I'm lying up here. They are happy in their performance.
And I mean, most of these points have been long. It's not like this is just been a cakewalk for Rumble, who's up by a few points. It's been a battle. Rumble's had to earn their points.
Mm-hmm. So there's lots of fans in the stands, actually. I noticed as the hometown crew is playing. I mean, must be nice for those that decided not to come out in the very windy, chilly, wind chill conditions that they can watch from home on the stream.
That's it.
And support their community members, their family, their friends. Or if you're viewing from afar and just love the action, we're happy to bring it to you. Match defense with some sloughs here from RUT, trying to break up the first passes in the lanes. But Rumble showing some strong isolation work with 4 handlers, and it seems RUT did not quite figure out that Rumble threw 4 handlers in there, and they are consistently leaving a reset open. And Rumble just seemed to play a little too fast for themselves there, and RUT hung around to make the defensive play. They'll move that to the middle and then up to Beam, and that pass from Gu is dropped by Beam. So Rumble 20 yards out, a little bit more organized. Dawson has Fortowski, but will instead go around to Hochhalter. Back to Dawson. Dawson playing good retention. At this point, he takes off again deep, but it's not there this time. Dave flips it to Tyler. We'll flip it back to Dave. Fortowski with the scoop cut. The throw's too low. So, RUT with a chance for a break here. We are 15 minutes away from the hard cap.
Not impossible.
Not impossible.
But you got to limit mistakes at this point.
Disc moved around by RUT. Carnegie on the close side of the field. Gets it even closer with his move to White. White fakes the huck. Has Beam in the middle. Beam reels it in that time. Back to White. And it seemed that Ryan Simpson had it, but a little bit of an awkward movement there and drops it.
Yeah, tough catch there.
Dave Hochhalter picks up. Moves it to Retshaw. Dawson, his throw was out to an open spot, but since it was right over Chapisky's head, very difficult read, actually, because he could never kind of put the disc where he could see it and be in a position to run at the same time.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do no matter how much experience you have.
Yeah.
It's tough. Especially the wind kind of moving the disc around on you.
Yeah. Beam slows up on that catch, and Dawson runs through. So now this O-line needs to get it done. That pass to Fertoski's reined in with that big bid. The veteran once again turning on the Jets. If he turns out he's just a regular young guy, it's going to be super embarrassing for me. But he's got the Jets.
He's got the Jets.
12-6, Rumble. And that was a hold. 6-point lead. And, only 15 minutes remaining before we get the hard cap. I mean, this is a pretty, I would say, foregone conclusion at this point.
It's looking like it's going the way everyone's thinking.
Yeah, and while points matter for point differentials, tiebreakers, it's placement in following brackets and everything. RUT has not won a game today, so losing this game will put them out of power pools and out of the bracket contention, while Rumble will move on. I know that Rumble is 1-1 today after playing Mephisto earlier, and I spoke to their team earlier about this, and they said that they didn't come out the way they wanted to. Had a tough game against Mephisto. We're not proud of how they did, knew they could do better, but did agree that, hey, at least we got it out of the way early to recalibrate. And then I believe took the win against Hound.
It was a close game against Hound, yes. Yeah.
Did they get the win?
They won that one.
I am right.
Yep,
okay.
They did win that one.
Gazda moved that to Benson, and it eventually gets to Lougheed, bouncing off the hands of the RUT players here. That's a little risky, but still alive. Dacus gets it back from Gazda. Seeing this movement is great from RUT right now against this zone, and this is what you don't want to see. You don't want to see it get static. No one's coming down the middle except for number 17. That's Shane Markham trying to get in the middle and break the zone up. Love to see it. Now Barber does the same thing as Rumble drops in to a match defense. Barber needs some options. Runs out of time, frustrated, and Nichols read that all the way.
Left with nothing but jamming it up the jam hole.
Yeah, and just playing on what would be a sliver of your vertical space is so difficult. You got to bounce it and flip the field.
Yep.
But it seemed that he never really saw whose resets were. Another set of brothers, the Lacey brothers, playing together right now. And Bryn McDougall with the bring down from that huck from Brendan Lacey gives Rumble another break. The score 13-6. Final stream of the day. This time slot, final time slot of the day. We're looking around the field and it's kind of empty. Still some teams here, but everybody's finishing up here at the Iverdent Sport Complex. Grass fields everywhere here. It's a wonderful facility. These fields are in great shape despite all the weather. And sorry, when I say all the weather, I mean all the rain. Wind's not hurting it, but all the rain we had the last few days, these fields have held up great. This field, the Discraft and BE Ultimate Showcase field. Discraft supplying the discs and BE Ultimate being our official apparel partner. It's looking worn. Just looking out there, it was green a few days ago. We've got a nice healthy mix of brown in there now.
Yeah. Free aeration, right? That's what they.
Free aeration.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? They don't have a lot of grass.
I love that
on this, I think.
Yeah. This pull is going to sail out of bounds. Pfeiffer signaling I will go get it. Well, earlier was kind of chirping Pfeiffer about his hustle here, but he obviously had made a plan in his head before the point, and it doesn't seem he needs the hustle because actually it looks like a Rumble player might have rolled an ankle. So Lacey's going to come on for Justin Keogh. And Pfeiffer's sit there saying, can I go now? Can I now? How about now? He's going to check it and then walk it up to the brick, check it again. I mean,
Yeah.
good
Oh,
spirit.
he's
Just, it's the right thing to do.
walking this time.
Yeah.
No jogs.
His pass is very high. Oh, brought down over Nealon. That's number 52, Solomon Gold, just absolutely elevating. Sobczak moves it to Stevens. Anderson to Stevens. Sobczak getting up as these passes are getting up high. Golden looking for options. Gets it to Pfeiffer to beam for the goal. A hold for RUT. 13-7. RUT making Rumble earn it.
Yeah, RUT needed that one.
Yeah, it's an upwind.
Yep. Up on point. That was a fight for that one.
Yeah. A lot of saves by RUT on that point.
Yes. Yeah. Huge sky over Nealon.
Yeah, Golden got
up there. Yeah, just the tip of the fingers, just enough to bring it down.
So we've got 9 minutes to hard cap. We may get there. I'll stop talking about the caps now. So, Rumble only 2 points away. I'm turning around to look over at the teams in red and white on our second field. General Strike has just scored. I see Furious George's O-line moving out to the field, so they're still going. So that must be a close game as they are also using up the majority of the time slot. RUT just getting their defense organized. Checking how much time do we have left to pull. A big flick pull, a skill many don't have. Matthew Stevens putting it out. Tyler Hochhalter grabs it, moves it to his brother, gets it back from Fortosky. Back to Sean Fortosky. He gets it through the middle to Kabilka. Ooh, reined in by Sue. Pardon me, Chapisky. Kabilka. Finds a hole in the middle to Greenway. Kabilka looks for Dawson, airs it out, and Tyler Hochhalter is there. The sanitation engineer, we'll say?
Yeah, there we go. Environmental technician.
Environmental technician, thank you, yes. And what we mean by that is cleaning up the garbage.
Dawson not being able to make a play for it, but it was there for someone to get it. But great movement by Chapesky.
Yes.
So that last half of that point to kind of get into that zone, move it around to Greenaway, and then back to Chapesky, and then into the end zone.
Rumble within one. It's been fun to see teams all day on this field, no matter the score, showing the heart. RUT wants to show everything they've got, right? And they have had a good showing this game. They have made mistakes where Rumble hasn't. When Rumble's made the few mistakes they've had, RUT has struggled to capitalize. They got those breaks early in the game, but then the story of the second half is no breaks for RUT so far. And that can kind of be demoralizing, but they've shown that they won't go away, and they continue to just grind and meet their identity, their mantra against this Rumble team. Gazda will field that pull. Has Dacus in the middle. Split stack. This looks like a Jets go, where two players go across the field. The third from the split stack comes under, bounces off the hands of 17, Shane Markham. So it will be Newachuk who picks up, has Nealon. And Nealon's pass to Porter Boyle is confirmed, bringing the score to 15-7. That's the game. Rumble wins over the boys from Regina, 15-7. Tyler, that was a fun game to call.
That was good. That was good. I mean, this is my first live time seeing Rumble in action. And they have a deep roster. I mean, I've seen these guys all before, but I've never seen them as a unit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't played a lot of Open on the coast. I've seen them in action a lot, and it didn't. Last time it didn't go for me. But yeah, excited to watch them. I was really excited to watch RUT. You know, I've known some of those players to play in mixed and in masters. Some of them I've played with Shane in Victoria, Shane Pfeiffer, that is, in Victoria, and I've never seen them as a unit either. So. You know, if you're from Edmonton, you've probably seen Rumble play if you're from the West Coast, but this was a good matchup to see some teams who have coalesced, Rumble working as a well-oiled unit, RUT making it on the stream so we can see what they're all about as they break onto the scene here. So a real fun game to call. That does it for us today. We will be back tomorrow where a few streams will be some mixed pool play before we get into some crossovers, but there will be several streams tomorrow as the RUT boys make the way across your field, and got some shout outs for y'all and some thank yous.
There we go.
We appreciate it, but we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on our first day of the senior phase of the Canadian Ultimate Championships. See you tomorrow.
Stage to keep possession alive.
Huge bid, gets the tie.
Great opportunity for the Germans, and they break with ease.
Throw it the full 80 yards to the field. Are you kidding me? And an incredible catch. You are kidding me.
Oh my God!
One of the plays of the year.